It is 6:30. The meeting will come to order. Good morning, or good. Slow down here. Good evening. My name is Chuck Corsi, and I'd like to welcome you to the virtual April 19th meeting of the West Hartford Commission of the Arts. Because in-person attendance at public meetings is likely to increase the risk of transmission of COVID-19, this meeting is being conducted in accordance with Governor Lamont's Executive Order Number 7B, as extended by Executive Order Number 9A, which permits municipalities to conduct public meetings virtually. Commission members and some town staff are participating via WebEx. The public can also watch this meeting on Comcast Channel 5, Frontier Channel 6098, or www.whctv.org. With regard to the public comment portion, I wish to first emphasize that phone access to this meeting is only intended for members of the public who wish to actively participate and provide comments during the public comment portion. If you are on the phone and do not plan to speak, please hang up and watch live television on West Hartford Community Interactive, Comcast Channel 96, Frontier TV Channel 6099, or streaming at www.whctv.org. Again, if you do not plan to comment, please hang up your phone now and listen instead on TV or the internet. For the members of the public who are still on the phone, please do not mute your device. The meeting moderator will keep everyone's line muted until it is your turn to speak. If you mute your own line, the moderator may not hear your voice when she calls for comment. I will explain how the hand-raising process will work when we begin the public comment. Because of the virtual format, there are some special rules and procedures that I need to cover before we begin. First, I ask all participants to please mute your devices when you are not speaking. If you wish to be recognized, please raise your hand or I will call on you. If you are participating via audio only and I do not call on you and the debate is ending, please unmute your phone and let me know so I can recognize you. Second, pursuant to Executive Order 7B, all speakers must state their name and title each time they speak. Third, because of the difficulty in tallying voice votes on a video conference, all votes must be taken by roll. I will now call the meeting to order and conduct a roll call. Dun, 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 dun. Karen Bachman.
Here.
Matthew Bragg.
Here.
Javier Colon.
Here.
Chuck Corsi is here. Latanya Farrell.
Here.
Nancy Hoffman. I see Nancy. Nancy's here. Carol McCabe.
Here.
Mirela Sue.
Here.
And Susan Rothenberg.
Here.
Excellent. Okay. You just jump on. Next on our agenda is approval of the minutes from March 15th, 2021. You've all seen the minutes. Unless anybody has any comments, do I have a motion to approve?
I'll move.
Latanya moves. Is there a second? Matt Bragg seconds. I'll do a quick roll call. If you approve the minutes, just state aye, or I'm sorry, please state yes. Karen Bachman?
Yes.
Matt Bragg?
Yes.
Javier Colon?
Yes.
Chuck Corsi votes yes. Latanya Farrell?
Yes.
Nancy Hoffman?
Yes.
Carol McCabe?
Yes.
Maria Pineda-Sor?
Yes.
Susan Rothenberg?
Yes.
Right, we are cooking with gas now. Okay, old business committee updates. Let's start first with the partnership committee. And Mirela, do you want to give us an update on the electric vehicle
Yes.
effort?
Sure.
The EV Art Committee met today at 1:30, and Stephanie Brahamian updated everyone regarding the town of Bloomfield's decision to withdraw from this project at this time, as the town is developing and looking into implementing its own art policy at this moment. Stephanie also shared that she approached Daphne Dixon, executive director of Live Green Connecticut, who was interested in becoming the legal entity to sponsor the project. Live Green Connecticut is a 501c3 nonprofit which addresses conservation, environmental, and sustainability issues by creating programs that merge global needs with local, measurable, and meaningful initiatives. All members present were in agreement that we should meet with Daphne for a conversation and move forward with the EV art planning, as we're hoping to finalize and soon send out the call for artists.
Excellent. Thank you, Mirela. Does anybody have any questions for Mirela? Okay. Next is our summer out, the proposed concert with the West Hartford Symphony Orchestra, and we need lots of sympathy. And perhaps our own Javier Colon. Mirela, let me just take a quick crack at this to begin with, seeing that we had some breaking news today, just in the last hour, that the governor is lifting all COVID-19 restrictions except indoor mask wearing on May 19th. So that means that people can gather outdoor for fireworks, a concert with no restriction, no social distancing, no pods 12 feet apart. Rich Sharapa from the Symphony has been pushing to do this event in June. I and some of the other people on that have been working, and again, the Arts Commission, this is not an Arts Commission event. What we're trying to do is bring all the different parties together to make it happen. So that includes the West Hartford Symphony Orchestra and also Kingswood Oxford School and the town of West Hartford. So we've had one call. Mirela, did you remember the exact date that Rich proposed?
Yes, it was 12 or 13. I think it's 12.
Yes.
With the rain date of the 13th.
13th, that's right.
And that needs to be, yes, that needs to be, if I'm not mistaken, confirmed with Javier as well.
Yes, I believe when we first talked about it, it was going to be either the 6th or the 13th. I'm sorry, 6th or the 12th. And I got back saying I think both would be okay for me, and I believe that is still the case. I don't know if the 6th is still on the docket as a possibility or not, but it looks like, I think, based on an email that I got from Richard yesterday that I saw today, it looks like it would be the 12th if I remember correctly.
Yeah. It sounds like and again, it's not the Arts Commission's call whether it's a go or no go. We're just there to be helpful. But it sounds, based on what the governor said today, that looks like it's going to happen then. At our next meeting in May, we'll update you on the progress. I'm going to send out an email to Rich and Mirela and others that are working on this. Just make sure that they realize what the governor did today, and that we need to decide how we're going to proceed. What did I miss, Mirela?
We already scheduled a meeting to put a little bit more details together for May 4th. So I don't know if you can send an email to just brainstorm. Maybe we could meet earlier than that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because there's a lot. Now we got to talk about, okay, how do we set up everything and all, bathrooms and publicity. Everything is doable. We could probably do it in a couple of weeks, but we just got to make sure that we do this right.
And Javier, I know that choosing repertoire will also be something that we should look at.
Yes, that's something I think in Richard's email that he mentioned yesterday. So once I can connect with him, that's definitely I'm pretty sure that'd be on the top of the list to get the repertoire down. I think we were talking about only a few songs, so I don't think it should be too difficult. But I know that the sooner the better that we nail those down.
Yes.
I think this is incredibly exciting, and this concert actually may be one of the first things out of the gate. People are dying to get out and listen to some great music. So I'm excited, very excited about this. Carol and Nancy, do you guys want to talk about your discussion with Roxanne at the Art League about the art trail?
Yeah, sure. And Mirela was there too. The three of us met with Roxanne, and I sent out the notes. I don't know if everybody got a chance to see them, but sorry, Mirela, I left you off the list, but we so basically she's very open to us helping her. As I said in my notes, the pop-up art exhibits, she said, are actually pretty successful. The artists do sell their works. Sometimes a couple months later, she hears from them, people that have seen it. Her issues with it are drawing people to it and setting it up, manpower. So we're trying to figure out, we were exploring ways that we might be able to help her. Also finding locations, but Kristen Gorski from the town usually gets in touch with her to notify her of locations. But if we have any ideas on that, I know Mirela had an idea she was looking into, she can talk about. But she did agree that signage could be better in terms of, I don't know if anybody's gotten a chance to see the one down in Blueback. It's a great spot, but she could definitely use some kind of signage, like something to draw people's attention to it, because otherwise I think people pass by without noticing. And she has, the challenges she's up against besides manpower is the artists can be particular about where which is understandable, about where their works are shown. Sometimes, they don't care for the area that is chosen, and they're pretty particular. But that's okay. She works with the people that do want their things to be shown in that space. So I'll let Nancy and Mirela add on to that.
Okay, Mirela, go ahead. You wrote the notes.
I just pitched that idea with the art trail and the brochure that would lead people on a little, either walk, maybe not walk, but maybe a little drive, not necessarily only in the center, but visiting other areas in town where perhaps businesses would be open to display art in their storefront, and throw in incentives. Little, I don't know, free donut, I said, or a cup of coffee, or a service, a voucher for a service, yoga class, free, something like that. That would, create that curiosity to go and see, explore the arts, and I think would benefit the artists, the community, because businesses will get perhaps more traffic. It would definitely be something nice for a family to just go and visit all these businesses.
That's great. Maybe there's a way also to add in some of our historic or cultural, like everybody thinks of the Webster House, but there's some other pretty cool parts of town that have a rich history. I don't know if any of you guys have watched any of Jennifer Matos's armchair tours of West Hartford on the Noah Webster. It's really, really fascinating. And I mean, I'm kind of a geek at that stuff. I love old, useless history trivia, especially about West Hartford. But maybe there's a way to incorporate some of that too. And I also love the idea of, not making it so West Hartford Center centric, but including all of the town. But why don't you guys, keep us updated at the next meeting, and we'll keep that on the agenda. And I'm sorry, my apologies for not having on the agenda the first go around.
Chuck, we did have a question. Oh, sorry, Nancy, you were about to say something.
Well, I was just thinking of the Blueback Square, why that particular store is so wonderful, because they have a wall behind the windows and they can hang pictures. One of the problems with most storefronts is you're going to have to schlep easels because there's no place to hang them. So they have to be put on easels. So that's one of the drawbacks. I don't mean drawbacks, but something to think about, and all the carrying that has to be done.
And the places that want to have, but you can't, I guess the landlords want that big for rent sign. And the artists don't care to have their, works hanging next to that. You can't blame them.
Yeah.
But
they take up the whole window.
They take the whole window, yeah. But Chuck, we were wondering how we can support the Art League in terms of manpower, or, like help with volunteers or help. We can't raise funds, correct?
Yeah, we can. I mean, we can help. I mean, we can't collect funds.
Okay.
We can't say we're raising the Arts Commission is raising money for the Art League. Send your check to the Arts Commission. But we can do is we can brainstorm and work with them. There's actually a couple of things we're going to talk about in a few minutes that we're doing that. We actually that question, Mirela, we were on the phone with the folks from with West Hartford's rep with the Sustainable Connecticut, because we thought that fund might be something worth pursuing. Yeah. Unfortunately, she didn't think it's a match. It's not permanent. It's not like a piece of art. It's more it's more of a job and administrative. Or am I getting that wrong, Mirela?
Well, I think if we're looking at from a different angle, this would serve, so the funds will serve putting together that art trail, which is art display open to everyone in town. And it's, we do not charge people to participate. I think that is perfect match. So
yes, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I remember the challenge is that fund is running out of money. But at the same time, I mean, there are other funds that we could go after. I think what we want to do is, if you guys come up with an idea of what it would look like in a budget, then we can go about, putting together a fundraising campaign to, not raising all the money for Roxanne, but kind of giving her some tools and encouragement, and we could put our stamp of approval on it.
Okay.
But yeah, we can. I mean, we're for the concert at KO. I mean, we're one of the things, it's going to cost money, and again, sorry, Matt, we have no treasury, but we can make suggestions, and we can brainstorm about who might be some good people to approach about donating for an event like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes, Nancy?
Also, keeping in mind, you're talking about an art trail, Mirela, we could include the public art. West Hartford Art League does have already the 3 horses down in Town Hall, and the orb on town hall's property. So that could also be a part of the tour.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a pretty cool mural in Elmwood, I've heard. And also, I think Jerry's Artorama is also going to be doing. Actually, I think they're already doing another mural.
Oh yeah, I was just down there the other day and I saw the one they have now, which is really cool. So I don't know if I've noticed it that much before, but after being on this commission, I definitely noticed it. It's awesome. It's awesome. So that was our question, Chuck. So thanks.
Yeah, we can help raise money, but we just can't collect it, and people can't write a check out to us. We can get help.
Okay.
Oh,
one other thing. She just asked that we just wait until she's very busy with the
yes.
Jersey barriers. So she said, please, nothing until after that.
Yes.
So that's good.
Excellent. Okay. Communications, only thing to report back on that is that the town is, you're looking at mid-May for that West Hartford website to be up and running. And they've got lots of photos, videos, links to all the arts and cultural organizations in town. So that should be a great addition to folks looking for information about the arts. Any questions on that? Next, our artist job bank promotion plan. I know that Latanya and Javier have been working hard trying to find some folks from the job bank that could hit the media road with them to promote it. So I'll let them talk a little bit about that.
I'll turn this over to you.
Yep, no worries. So we did take a look at some folks on the list. We are very fortunate to have some very talented folks that are signing up for our job bank, which is awesome. And we're not quite through the entire list, but I already have found some folks that I think would be cool to bring on, with us to do some press that would, I think would be beneficial for them, beneficial for us to show the variety of talent that we have that have signed up for the Artist Job Bank. And I think we still have a little more work to be done to get to kind of whittle down the names to a handful of folks that we'd want to bring on some of those press opportunities with us. But I think we'll be in good shape. We'll kind of basically bring this list down to a few folks, and then start reaching out to folks. And once those opportunities come up, we'll have some folks that we can call when the time is right.
Super, excellent. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, no worries.
Any questions for Javier or Latanya? Let's go to the town outreach and the public murals and the MLK project. As you guys know, Juneteenth is there's going to be the dedication of the mural that they've already raised the money for. That's going to be painted of Martin Luther King Jr. on the side of the library that faces Fleming's and the movie theater down Webster Walk there. And we're also, the town is, I was hoping that they would come up with a draft mural application, that if somebody wanted to do a mural on private property, a process, just so that we could then promote that. They were a little slow to respond, so I wrote one, and they're reviewing it right now. Hopefully, I need to push them a little bit more on that, because that would be a great thing, especially as people see more murals pop up in town, and it is happening. People are going to want to know how they can get in on it if it makes sense for their property. Finance, Matt, I feel bad kind of skipping over you every time, but I'm wondering if we should have some sort of policy about how we get involved raising money for arts and culture endeavors in West Hartford or the community, and maybe that might be something you want to take a crack at. So
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, we can't accept funds because we have no treasury, but we certainly, as some of these ideas start to get some meat to them, we certainly want to be helpful to our partners in how they, budget, how they fundraise, and maybe how we make connections with the community for sources of funds, whether it be grants available through the town or private donations. So I certainly could put together a like preliminary policy that the council has on how we approach those opportunities and what some of the rules are surrounding that. And then, just for all of the hard work that each of you have been doing, if you get to a point where you want some help with budgeting or looking at how the council can be involved in fundraising activities or what sources of fundraising might be available, I'd be happy to assist on some of those. I think our earlier meetings were more idea driven, and now we're actually starting to get some traction on some of these ideas, and I think the finance portion will come along with that.
absolutely. Absolutely. That's great. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate that. Oh, you know what? I didn't talk about, I was so eager to talk to Matt. I didn't talk about the Jersey barriers. This actually, I give a ton of credit to Roxanne Stahalczyk at the Art League. She has just gone to town. We had a couple of different fits and starts with the barriers. I mean, we have qualified for the match, the 50-50 match. I believe, and again, I don't have the numbers in front of me. I believe it's 6,000 that we need to raise, and then we'll get a $6,000 match from Sustainable Connecticut. And the website, our fundraising site went live yesterday, and I believe we've already raised $1,000. And Ronnie Newton did a nice article. She actually did two articles. She did an article on Friday about the barriers coming back to West Hartford as part of outdoor dining, and then she did an article today for us that talks specifically about this endeavor. So I'm going to either tonight, probably not tonight, but tomorrow I'm going to post something on Friends and Neighbors, encouraging people to go and donate to it. And I encourage all of you to do the same with your own social media platforms in terms of, here's the link where you can give to support this project. It's got an explanation there. If you like, I can also, tomorrow I'll send a link to all that. I do it tonight, but one of my friends asked me to moderate a panel discussion at 8. I think after that, I'm going to be ready for bed. So
I already did it.
You already did it?
I already did it.
Yeah, Nancy, there you go. Thank you.
That should hit a bunch of artists and people who are interested in art.
Excellent. So
And
that's
even out
exciting.
of town.
The challenge that we had is that Sustainable Connecticut almost didn't want to fund it because this is not a permanent, or this exhibit or this art is not going to last long. After the season's over, it's gone. And they were talking about, well, maybe you could put it on a canvas and put it over the Jersey barriers. And it was like, this isn't a street. They're going to get hit by trucks, bicycles, pedestrians, dogs, and they finally they agreed, and which we're very grateful for that.
Chuck,
Any questions on that? Yes, Karen.
Yes, who's the fiscal agent? I didn't see the article today, although I thought
It's
I
the
read
Art
the
League.
article.
It's the West Hartford Art
So
League.
they're sponsoring it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Good question. Okay. Karen, we'll stick with you. This may have been left from last month. We discussed last month that the mayor's charity ball is not is on its own. The mayor's going to have to find. She has some other ideas, so that we discussed that last meeting. Okay, good. And do you have any update, Karen, from the West Hartford Arts and Culture Collaborative?
Well, where did we leave off? That you had helped us draft sort of a mission and a statement that would guide the operation of the collaborative. I mean, we kind of put the carts before the horse in this whole thing, and that we already have a website and that's up and running, but we don't really have a sustainable way to operate and meet. And as of the last iteration of all this, I think we haven't had a meeting in over a month now. Chuck called to have somebody take leadership amongst the group. We already have Stephanie from the ballet managing the website, and he's running this. You can tell he's running a ton of other stuff too, and saying, he was helping us get started, but one of the organizations, there was a discussion about take leadership to get the meetings going and set an agenda, and then in 6 months, leadership could change, so that it's a shared collaborative kind of leadership thing. And we're a little stuck there.
I've asked for volunteers, and I've actually I've reached out to a couple of I've reached out to a couple of people, totally lied to them, said it's not a lot of work, and I'm just kidding, just kidding. No, I think I just need to get one more confirmation, and then as soon as we get those, we'll have another meeting, and I'll let you guys go off into the sunset.
Set us free. What are those? The spinoff. It'll be a spinoff from Chuck Horsey.
Yeah. Canceled.
Yeah. Actually, though, I want to give you some praise that you were so instrumental in getting this thing started. And it started for one reason, and then it pivoted to advocacy for the arts organizations in our town and in our state. And you helped tremendously with all of that. And then now we're pivoted back to how to form something collaborative, in our town, so people can understand what's going on here and have an easy reference to it and links to the different organizations. And there's lots to decide when you set something like that up in a formal way, but we wouldn't have gotten this far if it wasn't for you. So,
well, I doubt that,
thank
but
you.
That's nice of you to say. We live in a great town, boy. I mean, there's so many great things about this town, and the arts and culture being one of them. But it's a shame that they don't get their due. And I think in our own way, and I can't tell you how grateful I am to be on a committee like this with all of you, because you guys are all fabulous. I mean, this is a great commission. You guys are all people of action. I think we're doing good things. Maybe it's not happening lightning quick, but Rome wasn't built in a day. But I'm really grateful to be that you guys are all here and we're all in this journey together. That's what makes it happen. Great people and a great community. Does anybody have any new business that they'd like to bring up? Or did I miss anything, which is always a possibility? Yes, Matt.
Hi, Chuck. Thank you. I don't know if this falls under new business, but when there was an idea that I'm trying to find out how this could be connected or implemented with some of the ideas that you're working on, that the group is working on. A couple of years ago, we were at the 224 Eco Space in Hartford, and they had a display in their main room that had all these pictures of people, but you could use your cell phone and just put it on, I think, just your camera and hold it up, and it would immediately take you to like a little description of what that was, and it was very, very helpful to really kind of see that. And if we're promoting art around the town, and these things are connected to some promotion or something that we're doing where we're trying to, show people the art and the artists, to be able to have something like that available You know, I'm not entirely sure everything that's involved. I just put feelers out to connect with those who are involved in putting it together at the 224 to see how much work is involved or if it's even something that's practical. But if it could work, it would, I think, really enhance some of the things that we're doing to be able to get people to get more information about the actual artists and about what it is that they're looking at. So I'll try and find out more for our next meeting.
That's a great idea. I've seen that where you have like the barcode, and you can just scan the barcode, and then it comes up.
QR or Q, I forget which it is, but
Yeah.
At Blueback Square, we don't have anything on the paintings, but there's a barcode, a QR code on the window, and it tells you all about the paintings and the artist and where you can buy the painting.
Oh, that's great.
But I'm sure that's what you're talking about.
Matt, that would be great if you could look into that.
Yeah, it was very similar to that, except there was no QR code. So I don't know if it's like an internal. I'm hoping it's not like an internal system where, you know, they could do it because you're in the building and it's going off our Wi-Fi. I don't know much about the technology, but I'll find out how they did it and if it's something that's applicable. Because we're really trying to promote the artists and you know, people in town, and I think it would be helpful.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Any other new business that anyone wants to bring up? We have no reports. Megan, at this time, do we have anybody from the public that would like to speak?
We do not have anybody on the line.
Okay. Okay. Well, I guess unless anybody has anything else that they would like to talk about, how dismal the Yankees are doing this early in the season. No, we can talk about that later. With that, is there a motion to adjourn? Nancy makes a motion. Is there a second? Sue makes a second. All those in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Of course not. All righty. Thanks everyone for a great meeting. We'll talk to you all soon.
Okay, bye.
Take care.
Thanks, Sharon.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.